You're now watching Mugen TV.
Hey guys, it's MugenLord here, and I'm back again with another discussion video. And today we're going to talk about No Man's Sky. Now, I know it's quite funny. I never once talked about this game at all on my YouTube channel, but I thought it was a pretty good time to really talk about it because it also reinforces what I talked about in my last video, which was, should game developers announce games way earlier than they should announce the game, or should they release games way earlier than they should? So this is why I want to cover this, because today Hello Games has just announced the next big overhaul, or the next big update to No Man's Sky, which is called No Man's Sky Next. But before we dive into No Man's Sky Next, I want to just give you a brief history of this whole the whole controversy around No Man's Sky since 2013 up until now, and also my experience, or I guess you can say the things, or the communications and the interactions I had with the fan base or people who are looking forward to No Man's Sky. So we're going to dive right into it. Well, for starters, No Man's Sky was an interesting case to me. It was the thing where it's been a while since everyone in the gaming community, or everyone even outside the game community, was like anticipating a game such as No Man's Sky. Back in 2013, when I went to this Sony E3 press event that they had at my local movie theater, they had showed off the teaser trailer of No Man's Sky, and I must say that I said, hey, it looks interesting. It looks very artistic. The visuals, they had like a cel-shaded 80s retro look to it, and I thought it was pretty interesting, but it was still something that really didn't convince me to say, hey, I'm on board with this. Because out of everybody else, I have to say that I was not on board with this game at all. Even after they showed everything, where you're able to walk around and explore uncharted planets, and you're able to hop into your spaceship and you actually go out and ascend to the stars and go out and just travel to multiple different planets and everything. And I'm saying, hey, this is a cool concept, this is a cool idea, but what else do you do? Like, what's the point? What's the main goal of the game? Like, I had so many questions, and these questions got to the point where it started turning me off, because during each reveal of this, you know, every time this game appeared at multiple different events, the founder of Hello Games, Sean Murray, he wasn't really straightforward with his answers as far as what you can do with the game. Now, a lot of people blame Sean Murray for releasing it, you know, the game at the state that it was at, but to me, I would blame him, but at the same time, I felt bad for him, because if you look at people's body languages, or you look at how, you know, people's facial expressions and everything, you can tell that Sean Murray was under a lot of pressure, because Hello Games was already going through some financial troubles, and pretty much this was the last game for them. This was like a do or die situation, and I believe from what I read that Hello Games Studio had experienced a flood during the development, the early stages of No Man's Sky, and they needed something to present to the audience to get everybody on board with the game. And they believed that the game was still too early to actually show off, but they needed to show something, especially with the pressure they was receiving from Sony, to show something of the game. So Sean Murray, he already knew that the game was too early, and it was really, he really wasn't ready to show the game off. And I think the fan base had really gotten upset because the game didn't deliver on anything at all that it was supposed to deliver. A lot of people were expecting a multiplayer experience where you're able to see other players, you'd be able to travel to different plans together. It was just so many different things, and as far as space factions and everything, and it just didn't deliver up on that forefront, and people were really disappointed once the game was announced. And I didn't bother to buy the game, because I knew for a fact is that this game, to me, is not going to do well, and that's what ended up happening. Now we just fast forward throughout the years, from 2016 up until now, Sean Murray and Hello Games had decided that, hey, we're not going to give up on the game. We're going to try our best to deliver an experience that was meant to be for this title. Is supposed to live up to this title's name, and it's supposed to live up to the promises that they originally set themselves out to do with No Man's Sky. So they were pretty much putting out different updates here and there, and then they finally put out a feature where you were able to see other players, but in the form of, I guess you could say, a cursor, which a lot of people made fun of it and made memes of it. But I must say that the fan base, I must give credit to the fan base with its dedication to still stick it out with Hello Games and Sean Murray so far, because now it seems like it's finally paying off from all this time of waiting and the money that they put out to purchase this game, to be the first adopters of No Man's Sky. Because after that, they announced that No Man's Sky Next is going to be coming. This is going to be a big update. This is going to be a big patch that's going to be coming to the game. And also, this is going to be released. This is no longer going to be an exclusive to PS4, but now it's going to come to the Xbox One. So now the Xbox One players in this community and this fan base would now be able to get a chance to experience No Man's Sky. So they're saying that, you know, as we promised before, we're constantly putting out updates to keep you guys satisfied, happy. We're going to just try to be as transparent as possible, and we're going to make it through. We're going to come through for you guys. So this big overhaul, No Man's Sky Next, I've seen it today. I've seen the trailer, and I must say, you know, I never bought into No Man's Sky at all, but I must say that Sean Murray and Hello Games have really done something here. They overhauled the graphics. They did everything that the fans wanted, and they did everything they promised they was going to do since the day one of its announcement of No Man's Sky. I must say, it looks beautiful, and I must congratulate the fans for sticking through and holding Hello Games accountable for what they've done. And the good thing about it is, people who own players and the community members who own No Man's Sky for PS4 and the PC, this will come as a free update, and I think that's really good. This game comes as a free update, and for those who are just now getting it on Xbox One, will have to, of course, purchase the game. That will have everything and all the content included. But this is a package, and this is a gift to the fans to say, hey, we're sorry for what we've done. We're sorry that we lied to you guys, or we was being dishonest with you guys. Here, this is what we have, and this is what we're putting out. And I just think is something. I think this is pretty cool. I think it looks pretty good. So I also want to go through some of the features. I think, you know, this is important because a lot of people, I guess you could say, is still skeptical, or they really on the wall with whether or not they really want to buy the game or not. So we're gonna go through the features and see what they have and what they're doing different with the game. Starting with its multiplayer. So the multiplayer is saying that now you can team up with a small team of friends and explore the universe together, or be joined by random travelers. You can help friends to stay alive, or prey on others to survive. You can build tiny shelters or complex colonies that are shared for all players. Fight as a pirate or a wingman in epic space battles with friends and enemies. Race exocraft across weird alien terrains, creating race tracks and trails to share online, which is pretty interesting. The character customization allows you to personalize your experience or your appearance. So yes, that's pretty much the multiplayer. I think that's pretty interesting, and now they have an actual trailer to show off what you can do with the multiplayer. They're not just saying that, hey, you can do it, and then you get onto the game and then none of that is apparent there, you know, is there, you know. So now they're being straightforward with it, and this is the stuff that you can actually do. So I think that's pretty cool. Now you can pretty much create your own stories, create your own adventures, create your own journeys, and you can legitimately do it, and you can experience that with your friends. So I think that's pretty cool. And then, of course, what I noticed right off the bat is its visual overhaul. So we're going to look at the visual overhauls and with this feature, what they have done with the game. So it says that the game is fully playable in third person or first person, both on foot and in a ship. New planetary rings and improved space visual make space more beautiful than ever. Dramatically improve planetary terrain generations, ground textures, water, and clouds bring the environment to life. There's also significantly more detail added to ships, NPCs, and buildings, and I definitely seen that off the bat. I noticed that compared to what No Man's Sky had looked in the past, with its like cel-shaded, paint-looking type of retro look to it, compared to what it looks like now. And I think that's a pretty big improvement. Especially, I know the PC gamers are gonna love it. They might even try to mod it and probably improve the visuals even more. You know how the PC community, they go crazy when they get their hands on stuff like this. And then, of course, another feature they have is unlimited base building. Bases can now be built anywhere on any planet. Base buildings has dramatically increased complexity and size limits, and we've added hundreds of new base parts. You can also own multiple bases, which is pretty interesting. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the game. I wonder what you're able to do with the bases, what they allow you to do, and so I'm gonna look into that even more. But I think that's pretty cool. And then of course you have command freighters. You can assemble and upgrade a fleet of frigates and command them from the bridge of your freighter. Send your fleet out into the universe or deploy them to help you as you explore a specific system. The improved freighter base building allows a truly custom capital ship. Invite your friends aboard and take on challenging multiplayer missions for the Galactic Commission Station on your bridge. So that's pretty cool too. So you can also take on multiplayer missions and stuff. So I think that's really cool. And the game will definitely be released on of course, the Xbox One on July 24th. And as I said before, it's a free update to the PS4 owners and for the people who own it on the PC. So I think that's pretty cool. I like when a company doesn't give up on a title, because some companies would just say, hey, we gotta check it up as a loss and we gotta just move on to the next project and everything, which also pisses fans off the most. And I appreciate the fact is that they went out their way to make up to the fans and worked hard on it, and the update is free. It would have been pretty scummy to charge your fans for something that should have been there since day one. And I'm glad they Hello Games and Sean Murray decided that, hey, we're going to make this update free for those who bought on PS4 and the PC. And those on the Xbox One will have to purchase it, of course, because it's the first release for the Xbox One. So I think that's pretty cool. I want to hear your opinions and what you think about No Man's Sky next. Do you think is it a little too late? Or do you think it's actually going to pull in a new fan base? Do you think it's going to pull in more people to want to go out and give it a try? It's because I'm pretty interested in it. I believe that my brother DX Strike is going to probably buy the game and give it a try. And if it's something that I'll like, I'll definitely like to. I'll probably purchase it myself along with Keel Lancer and maybe stream it to let you guys check it out. But if you guys already own the game, tell me your experiences with the game. Have the company Hello Games been very transparent and explain what they want to do during the whole process leading up to next No Man's Sky next? I definitely want to know. Make sure you leave your comments in the comment sections below, and also please do not forget to hit that like button, because it really helps my channel out, and also hit the bell to be notified for when I upload new videos. This is MugenLord, and I am signing off. See you game fiends later. Peace out.